All right, welcome to our Tuesday night call. So excited to see you guys. Those of you that don't know me, my name's Kristen, and I'm your presidential upline leader. But I see a lot of familiar faces. All right, so the way we're doing these calls is I'm going to go over the promotions. I know we're doing them a little bit differently now, but we kind of have an outline now. So real quickly, I'm going to go over the promotions. I know you guys probably already know them, but just in case. It is a 200 PV month, which means good things, right? Everybody get your 200 PV order in and encourage your customers to do the same. What I love about 200 PV months is you get so much freebies and your volume for your team also increases. So it's a good 200 PV months are always good months to really, push for goals and just really get that volume up. And it makes it a little bit easier when you have a 200 PV month. So make sure your customers know, like with the Facebook algorithms, that because of the algorithms, a lot of customers don't see our posts in your user groups or my user group, your user group. And so what I recommend is that texting your customers once a month, letting them know the promotions of the month, because I've had several people before like, oh, I didn't know that was free this month, and they're like, oh. And I was like, oh yeah, I post them in my user group, and they're like, oh, I didn't see it because the algorithm. So I would text all your customers the promotions of the month and let them know this is what they all get for free with a 200 PV any order, enrollment order, standard order, LRP order. They get free On Guard oil, free On Guard touch, free On Guard hand sanitizer, and free On Guard foaming hand soap. That's 4 free On Guard products. That's amazing. And if it's a 200 PV LRP order processed by the 15th, they also get a free, probably going to pronounce it wrong, Ravensara or oil, Ravensara oil. So that's the product of the month. So they get all that for free and then the product of the month for free. So much freebies. And yes, with any enrollment order. So if you enroll somebody with a 200 PV order this month, they get all that free On Guard products. That's amazing. And that's an amazing incentive to enroll people, a ton of people this month. Get your classes scheduled, do one-on-one scheduled, because that's a lot of freebies. So with and I love that doTERRA threw in a free 100 PV oil. They usually don't do this. This is the first time I've seen them do that. So with any 100 PV order, you get a free On Guard touch oil. So you get one On Guard product for free. So that's amazing. So that like anyone's around the 80 or 90, PV mark, hey, if you get 100, you get an On Guard touch oil. So that's going to make people want to bump that up. So that's amazing. All right. So free product of the month, I said, was the Ravensara. I'm going to go over real quickly. I'm going to say 10 benefits of that Ravensara oil. And that's the free product of the month with at least 125 PV LRP order by the 15th. Number 1, it treats infections. Number 2, it reduces inflammation. 3, it's great for massages in your bath. Number 4, it relieves headaches. Number 5, insomnia cure. It's really good for sleep. 6, alleviating respiratory congestion. 7, reduces soreness. 8, builds immunity. 9, antitussive properties. It's great for coughs and congestion. And then 10, reduces depression. So those are some benefits. I posted them in Oil Essence, my user group, in case you want to see them written out, or I can post them in Dream Team also, if you want me to. And then, so that's like some 10 benefits of the Ravensara. You can Google if you really want to see benefits of the Ravensara oil, because it's a new oil for us. It's not an oil that we've had. Just Google the benefits and you'll find them there as well. Yarrow Palm is 10% off this month. Yay. Love Yarrow Palm. And then we also have a winter protection kit. So this is new as well. It's a winter protection kit and it's valued at $220. And right now you can get it for $160. And that's while supplies last. So it's not, they're just going to keep that winter protection kit up until it sells out basically. So whenever that may be. So the winter protection kit, what comes in that is a petal diffuser, rosemary oil, which I use all the time on a cough and congestion blend for my children, breathe oil, manuka oil, copaiba oil, and DDR Prime, the capsules. So that's the winter protection kit, great for your immune system this time of year. So that's basically on sale right now as well. All right. Those are the promotions, and then I'm going to spotlight an oil. So each month we're also going to do, after the promotions, we're going to spotlight an oil, and I'm going to spotlight I think it's my second favorite oil. It's so hard to pick favorites, as you guys know. But my first favorite, I think, is frankincense because it's so versatile and literally is the king of all oils and works for everything. And then my second favorite oil is the oil that literally I think sold me on the oils when I first went to my first class. Elevation Oil, Joyful Blend, was passed around at the very first class that I went to. And I came home and I was like, I'm like happy. I'm like happier. Like, I really am happy. Like, I couldn't believe that it really did make me happier. Like, I love Elevation. Do you guys like Elevation oil? Do you use it consistently? I mean, especially this time of year with seasonal affect disorder, we're not as exposed to as much sunlight, we're not outside as much. People can just get sadder this time of year, especially, I don't know where you live, but it's just gloomy here a lot. So I'm constantly grabbing my Elevation bottle and I'm just taking it when I don't have time to sit by a diffuser or I'm all on the go. And I put some on my finger and I just literally rub it under my nose so that I can get all the emotional benefits of Elevation as I'm on the go. I just inhale it. You can also just put it on your wrists and just keep smelling your wrist throughout the day. But it's uplifting mood. It's great for anxiety, depression, stress, postpartum depression, seasonal affect disorder. It's great for I said anxiety. It's energizing. So I like it. A good afternoon energizing. It's refreshing. It's great for stimulating and uplifting in your mood as well. So if you have never tried it, Elevation, I hope, will be your new jam because it's my second all-time favorite oil. So that's the oil spotlight. Get it. You're going to love it. Diffuse it. All right. So let's talk about what I'm going to talk about for our call. I told you guys, well, if you're on my team page, so I just shared so much with you guys. I mean, over the years, I mean, you've heard me, some of you have heard me speak at convention. I spoke at leadership. I speak at trainings. I speak all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do they really want to hear me speak again? Right? Like, what, you've heard me say it all, not all of it, but you know what I mean? And so I was in the shower earlier today getting ready and I was like, all right, God, like, what do you want me to talk to them about? Because I've said it all already. And I wasn't even stopping to listen for an answer. I was just like, hey, just show me what I should speak about tonight on our team call. And the word so clearly was spoken to me. And here's the word. And it's not a magic formula, guys. Sorry to bust your bubble, but no business is a magic formula. Anyway, the word was perseverance. It was as black and white as can be, as clear as day can be. And it made sense to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, in this season of all of our business, most of our businesses, I couldn't think of a better word that we all need. Would you agree that we need the word perseverance right now? You and your teams need the word perseverance. And it's so interesting to me. And I really wish, I know I love conversations, so I wish y'all could talk back to me, but we'll get to that. But it's so interesting to me because I just feel like from what I'm hearing, so many good things are happening in this new Alicia Shedevy training is lighting some people's businesses on fire right now, like I've never seen before. And people's businesses are exploding because of it. Those that are actually implementing it, right? And doing it that way, actually taking action. But I know I hear from some other people that maybe they're feeling stuck or maybe they're feeling discouraged or frustrated in their businesses. And maybe that's you tonight, or maybe you have a builder that way, or maybe someday you will have a builder that way. But all I know is when the thoughts of fear come in, well, those are never good, first of all. But when thoughts of fear come in, that will never help your business. So if we decide to dwell on thoughts of worry, fear, stress, frustration, discouragement, it's not going to help our businesses. And if you haven't ever heard this, it's true. What you fear draws near. What you fear could actually come upon you. So I would suggest never fearing for your business, never fearing for your children, never fearing for anything in life, because what you fear could come upon you. We've seen examples of this in the Bible. The Truman, Gina Rhonda Truman's mom, I know she always says what you fear draws near. Rhonda Truman, our upline, had said that before. So I just think we take our thoughts captive and we really control, we master our mindsets by not letting those thoughts will come in about your business or kids or every area of your life. But I'm talking about business right now. The thoughts of fear or worry will always come in. I mean, they're going to come in. So don't like beat yourself up about having the thoughts, but don't dwell on it. Like the thoughts of fear and worry come about your business. Like, oh my gosh, my builders aren't doing anything. Oh my gosh, she took a step back. Oh my gosh, I'm doing it all myself. Yeah, I get it. You know, I've heard them all. They've come to my head as well. I get it, guys. I've been there, done that. Those thoughts are going to come in, but it's like, don't sit in there and dwell on them because, you know, it's okay that the thought came in, but what are you going to do with that thought? You're going to be like, oh, that's not true. Like, I'm just going to persevere through the hard times. I'm just going to keep going and taking action. Because if you dwell on the fear and actually fear what you're thinking, then that could actually come upon you. So I suggest that none of us fear about anything in our lives. Easier said than done, but it is it is a muscle that we can exercise. I promise you, because I've been exercising it and it does get easier over time. Life is hard. Business can be hard. Parenting's hard. It all is hard, but you can get better at mastering your mind, mastering your emotions, and not letting fear take hold of you. So I'm going to give the definition of perseverance, because honestly, it's like, you know what perseverance is, but I needed to look up the definition because I didn't know the definition of perseverance to even be able to share about it tonight. So perseverance, the definition is this: persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. I'm going to read that again. The definition of perseverance is persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. So maybe you have felt that you're delayed in achieving the success that you want. Anybody here? You feel like you're delayed in achieving the success that you want? I'd say a lot of people probably feel that way. We always want to hit our goals faster, usually than we end up hitting them. But that's where patience is required, right? And then if anybody here, difficulty. Have you ever had difficulty in your business? Or maybe you're going through it right now and things just kind of feel hard right now. I get it. It's fine. But the main point is persistence, even in the difficulty, persistence, even when you're delayed in achieving the success that you want. So perseverance is what is the word that God gave me for this team, for everybody here. And the word wasn't give up, quit, start worrying, start stressing, better fear, you better get it right, you better figure it out. That wasn't the word. The word was persisting through difficulty, and even though there's delay in achieving success, persisting, keep going, don't stop, stay the course. So it doesn't matter what your goal is or how long it takes you to reach that goal. The chances of your success depend, and this is in any business, guys, but thankfully we have a great business. The chances of your success depend largely on your willingness to persist and persevere. If you truly want something, but you quit, you'll never know if it would have come true for you. All it takes is one yes for your dreams to become a reality. And the yes and a yes, one yes every single day though, right? Persevering. So don't stop trying. Perseverance means to go on no matter what is in the way, to remain steadfast in accomplishing the difficult task. It requires a higher level of patience to develop perseverance in you. So I think, like, my husband and I were talking about this earlier, and he's like, make sure people know that you're not just like born with perseverance. Like, it's not like a trait that somebody has and you don't have it because you feel impatient that you haven't hit your goal yet. You're not born with it. Perseverance is something that actually grows within you as you face trials and obstacles. So if you want more perseverance, I know none of you guys want to hear this, but the more trials and obstacles that we have in business and in life, that's what's going to grow our perseverance. So if you're going through some obstacles in your business right now, if you're going through trials in your business right now, if you're going through mindsets that need to be broken about your business right now and your future right now, then rejoice in the fact that these trials are going to grow that perseverance, so that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to have more perseverance than you had today. And you're going to be able to push through the hard times a little bit easier than you would be able to right here in this moment. So it's not a trait that you're necessarily born with better than somebody else. Somebody that has more perseverance than you just means they've probably gone through more obstacles and trials, and maybe some that you haven't seen. So don't compare social media obstacles to your real life again. So I just want everyone to know that this is going to require a higher level of patience. And maybe you're sitting here saying, well, Kristen, I don't have patience. So how the heck am I going to do this? Well, girl or guy, you're going to learn some patience with this business. And not just this business, any business. Like this is my first business as an entrepreneur, and maybe you've been an entrepreneur before your doTERRA business. But regardless, it doesn't matter. In any business where you are running your own business, you are an entrepreneur. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to learn patience. People don't become overnight successes. It may look like that on social media or whatever, but people aren't overnight successes. It took a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, a lot of saying no to things that were fun, a lot of saying no to a lot of friends rejecting them because they chose to teach classes and go on these business trainings, or friends rejecting them because they got successful. Whatever it takes. There's a lot of sacrifices on the road to hitting your goal. A lot, I can tell you that. So it's not an overnight success. You're good. We all have to learn patience and perseverance along the way. So in addition to helping you master the skill of patience, here is another perk of, as you learn perseverance, here's another perk of learning perseverance: trustworthiness. Someone who, and this is research shows this, someone who practices perseverance is more trustworthy than the rest. People know you're not going to quit. That's why you're more trustworthy, because people know you don't quit. You're not a quitter. No matter how hard the situation gets, you don't quit. So you become more trustworthy. You will hold your ground. And so I love this quote by Tom Hopkins. It says, "I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I fail and keep trying." And I just think people think success is just like this easy road, easy course, easy path. And it never is. I mean, maybe 1 in a million it is for somebody, but success is always failing. Like, you're going to fail. If you haven't failed yet, just just get ready. You're going to fail. I can't tell you how many times I've failed. A lot. Holy cow. A lot of times I've failed. Just because people don't broadcast their failures to the world, they fail though. And to be successful in business, you're going to fail, but you're going to have to be okay with failing. So many people, and maybe this is you on the call right now, maybe you're so dang scared of failure that you don't even really give it your all and try. You think you're giving it your all, but you're really just giving 75%. Well, no wonder you're not successful, because your subconscious mind is so dang scared of failing that your subconscious mind won't even let you give 110% to this business, because you're so scared of failure. Or maybe you're so scared of what everybody else thinks, fear of other people's approval. What are they going to think if I fail? What are they going to think if I'm successful? Maybe you're scared of success and what people are going to think of you if you're successful. There's all these different fears that we could seriously talk about all night, but it's like, you're going to have to be okay with failing. And so if you have that fear of failure, you're going to have to let that go. You're going to have to tell yourself the truth every day. It's like, I probably will fail, and that's okay. My identity and my worth is not in my failures. My identity and my worth is not even in my successes, because it's not. I'm no better than one person on this call because I'm Presidential Diamond. Like, whoop-de-doo. I make more money than you. I did something right in this business, but my worth is no better than anybody else's. Does that make sense? So we can't tie our identity and worth to our successes or our failures. And when we realize that, then we'll stop fearing failure so much. Okay, so you're going to fail. I love that Kim Gonza posted on our team page earlier today. Oh, I can't read it right now, but she can maybe copy and paste it in the chat. But she posted about how when we don't know better, when we know better, we do better. So she knows better now with the Leash How to Be Trained. So she's doing better. So nobody's blaming anybody here. But I'm saying, like, she felt like she did it all wrong for a few years, and now she finally gets it. Imagine if she would have quit a year ago, 2 years, 2 years ago, because in her mind, she failed. She didn't fail, but in her mind, maybe she thought she failed. I don't know. So all I'm saying is, when you know better, you learn and you keep going, you fail, something's not working. You're like, why is this not working? I need to try something different. And maybe you've tried all the things and nothing still worked for you. Well, keep trying and talk to people where it does work for them, right? Go find somebody who is doing what you're having a problem in that area and go find them and talk to them. So, but it's okay to fail. It's okay to fall. And who cares what people think anymore? Like in this business, to be successful, I'm telling you, you're going to have to stop caring what people think. I was the worst person ever at caring what people thought about me. And this business thankfully has grown me so much in this area. Am I where I want to be yet? No, but it's a growth journey, right? You grow with it. And I'm thankful to this business for that. But be okay with failing, because to be successful and to keep, you're going to have to persevere through the failures. So I also wanted to say this is by Steve Jobs. He's the CEO of Apple. We know that Apple's like everything now. It's huge now. And in a 1995 interview, Steve Jobs said, "I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance." Yeah, he's got like a multi-billion-dollar company, and whenever he became CEO, it was basically on the verge of bankruptcy. And look at Apple now, multi-billion-dollar company. And he's saying that what separates the successful ones of us and the unsuccessful ones is pure perseverance. It's those that are willing to persist through difficulty. It's those that are willing to persist even though achieving success looks like it's delayed. It's those people that keep going even when things are hard, not when things are easy. And so he says, it is so hard and you pour so much of your life into this thing. And maybe you're thinking that right now. I'm going to repeat what he said. It is so hard. It is so hard to be an entrepreneur, isn't it? It is so hard to have your own business, isn't it? I know. No one said it was going to be easy though, but it's going to be worth it. I'll tell you that. It is so worth it. I can attest to that with my life now. It is so hard and you pour so much of your life into this thing. There are some rough moments in time that most people give up. Most people do give up. And I don't blame them. It's really tough, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So it's the difference between if you're going to be successful or not is if you just decide not to give up and keep persevering through any difficult times and through the emotions of frustration, discouragement, disappointment, and so forth. So the word persevere to me, I think about we're all running this race, right? We're running this race, but the key thing is, you guys, is that it actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I like to go fast. It's just my personality, but it really doesn't matter how fast you go at it, because all that matters in this race that we're running is that you finish well. Finish. It doesn't matter how fast you go. So we don't need to be looking at the person next to us or your upline or your downline that's maybe surpassed you in rank or whatever it is. It doesn't matter how fast you go. All that matters in this race is that you finish well. And the only way to finish well is with perseverance. If we don't develop perseverance in any business, in this business, and you try to go start a different business outside doTERRA after this because maybe this one didn't work out for you, it won't be any different if you don't develop perseverance. So I suggest sticking with this one and developing perseverance along the way and remaining patient and finishing the race well, because that's the most important thing. Run with endurance. So many people fail because they give up at the first sign of difficulty. Any of those have builders like that? I can't tell you. I was thinking about today. I've had so many builders I've launched, you guys, but that's okay. I mean, this is just a numbers game. I just want you all to not get discouraged anymore when you have builders quit or stop doing the business anymore, stop taking action. I can't tell you how many builders I have that don't do anything anymore. They maybe order their oils, but they don't do the business or take action anymore. I don't let that get me down anymore because it's a numbers game. There's going to be people like that. I just keep finding more and more builders. Your goal should be finding builders constantly, like every month. Another builder, 4 more builders, finding builders, because you're always going to have people that at the first sign of difficulty, they're going to give up because of the way that they're wired, programmed, their past, their childhood, whatever. They are, for whatever reason, refuse to work through the difficult things, and they just give up at the first sign of difficulty. And then on the other hand, but that's not you guys, because you're on this call tonight. I know that's not you guys. On the other hand, almost every success story includes an element of endurance and determination. So everyone knows the great Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer, if you don't know who that is. And when asked if he liked his training, he replied, I hated every minute of training, but I said to myself, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion. And now I don't think that doing this business is suffering or brutal like the training he had to go through. I'm not comparing it to that. But sometimes I think the emotional toil that sometimes being an entrepreneur goes through, his is more physical struggles when you're training. Ours is more, emotional, mental, I would say, struggles that we deal with of like fighting the lies, fighting the negativity that comes our way, the worry, the doubt, the wanting to quit, whatever it is. But so he says, this, what do you say? Don't quit, suffer now. I would say don't quit and sacrifice now in this business. And as any business, as an entrepreneur, you have to sacrifice a lot now, right? So don't quit. I would change that to sacrifice now and then live the rest of your life. He says as a champion, because he was a boxing champion, but live the rest of your life in time freedom, financial freedom, freedom in every area of your life, right? Freedom to get to actually schedule your own life, be your own boss, decide what you want to do when you want to do. And it is free and it is amazing. So, all the sacrifices that I've done at the beginning of this business, it's so worth it now. Like I took my husband, helped get my kids ready for school. Got 2 of the kids to school today. The 1-year-old still playing around. I got to snuggle him for a while. I just got to do what I wanted to do today. Go to the coffee shop, met with a client, come home. Like I just love creating my own schedule. So all the crazy chaos. I wish I had a camera follow me around my very first year or 2 in this business of what it looked like of in and out constantly, carrying my oils and my books, carrying my stuff, one-on-one, class, another class, another class. Oh, daddy's got to do the dishes and put the babies to bed again. That again. Yep, over and over and over and over and over. Lots of sacrifices. Lost friends along the way. Friends couldn't handle my new evening and weekend schedule. Friends couldn't handle that I was starting to become successful in my business. Lost a lot of friendships. Lost a lot of things, guys. I know everyone probably thinks it was easy for me. It wasn't easy for me. I wish I had a camera back then. But anyway, we won't go into that. But I'm telling you, my life is so freaking amazing now. It's so amazing. I am every day I have to pinch myself and be like, can't believe this is my life. I can't believe that this is the freedom that we have. So I'm only sharing this with you because it is worth it. So the word for you all was perseverance, and it's from your creator himself gave you the word. So I would listen if I were you. But stick through it, because in every business you're going to have ebbs and flows. Every business, so if business is new to you like it is to me, my husband has told me this is normal in business to have ebbs and flows. So you just keep doing, you stick with your passion and sharing these gifts with the people. I got to share these oils with a new client today who was sick as can be with celiac disease and all these health issues. And I seriously left that coffee shop like so full of joy. I'm like, this is what I was made to do. Like, I freaking love helping people. And you know what? Maybe I had gone into a little bit of stagnancy, or maybe that what's going on with my business the past few weeks, maybe some of you have. Well, I wonder why. I wasn't really helping anybody, was I? And the minute I go back to serving somebody else and helping somebody, the fire gets reignited and the passion returns. I'm like, why would I ever doubt this? Like, I love this. I love this so much. I love helping people, giving people hope that they can feel better. And I hope you do too. So I want you all to remind yourself, why did you even start sharing the oils? I'm sure it's because you fell in love with these gifts, this lifestyle, that you could help people, that you could give people hope, that you want people to feel better. Maybe you're so sick and tired of sick care in our healthcare system like I have been, that you want to broadcast to the whole world, there's another way. There's another way to feel good and have energy and sleep better and all the things. Anyway, sorry, I go in my soapbox sometimes, but you guys, my passion was reignited today just by going and helping somebody. Imagine that. So maybe you need to find somebody to help if you're feeling down about anything. But anyway, keep persevering and remind yourself, where's that joy? Where's that joy in serving others that you had when you first started this business? So your faith is going to be tested, meaning your faith in this business, like it's going to be tested. There's going to be lies and negative thoughts that come in telling you to quit and give up and worry and fear. But when our faith is tested, our endurance has a chance to grow. And that's what life and business is all about, is our endurance growing, our character growing. And the more times we have to choose faith over fear in this business, our endurance grows, and then it gets easier and easier, meaning we can keep going easier and easier. So the more that we keep choosing faith over fear, over time, the choice to keep going or quitting becomes easier and easier, because we're like, of course I'm going to keep going, because your endurance, your perseverance has grown over time. So that's what we want to master. So how do you persevere? By trusting that everything's going to be okay, that everything's going to work out for you. Because what is your other option? Fearing? Do you want to live your life in trust or in fear? It really is a choice, guys, and I've learned it. I used to not think it was a choice. I'm telling you, it's a choice. We get to choose every single day. Am I going to live in fear, or am I going to live in faith and trusting that everything's going to be okay? And you just stay the course, because when we live in fear, well, we attract what we fear. It could come upon you. But also, when you live in fear, are you attracting business to you? Are people going to actually want to join this movement that you're on when you're living in fear or frustration or discouragement or depression, or, whatever it may be? So what's our choice going to be? Faith? Are you going to live in faith or fear every day? So I want to ask you guys, I'd love for some people to talk, just unmute yourself. Like how do you plan to persevere through any obstacles in your business? Do you think, is this something that you feel like you can really apply to your business right now? Or have you already mastered it maybe? Whatever, either way, I'd love to hear from somebody about perseverance. You can say anything, whatever's on your heart. Somebody want to share?
I can share, Kristen.
Yeah.
So that post that I mentioned earlier could have definitely stopped me in my tracks of this business, because I've been working really, really hard, and my business grows, but I can't rank advance, or I couldn't rank advance. So, if I would have stopped and not figured out the way or the next step, or what I was doing wrong, or what I didn't know, then I wouldn't have been able to move forward and continue to grow, because that mindset, I would have just stopped and quit, because I would have said it's impossible. So that is definitely a great message that you're giving today. Keep going. Figure it out. There's a way. Kristen Purdue did it.
Well, and I've just seen a little fire reignite in you over the past year or so, and just like she said, imagine if she would have quit when it was hard the first time, or it wasn't she wasn't rank advancing like she wanted to, but now she's going to this year, because she's got a little fire under her tail, and she's motivating everybody else in this team and business to keep going, and so whatever's not working, well, go get to an event and get re-inspired, like, I don't know how you guys are, but I'm the kind of person where I need to get my butt to an event if I feel unmotivated or stuck, because those reignite me, re-inspire me, and keep me going. And that's why I'm going to leadership in March, and I cannot wait. And Kim went to Salt Lake City to Lee Shedeby's training, and she went on an incentive trip. So she's like on fire, because she went to events and got, reignited and learned a way of doing this business that works, right? A step-by-step process of this is how you do it. So get to an event and find somebody that is running this course well, and ask them what they're doing, right? Did anybody else want to share? Anybody?
I'll share.
Yeah.
If you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Sorry, I have horrible service at my house, but I have to laugh, because my fear has been the worst thing for me. Like, literally, I've lived in fear. And if you've ever seen the movie Rent, they said, well, I'm a New Yorker. My life is fear. And I always laugh at that, because I'm from New York, and I don't want that to be that way. And since I've turned it over to God, I've had a peace about it, even though I'm scared, even though I question, like, should I be doing this? Like you said, but I have a peace about it. And I sat down with a guy yesterday who texted me on Sunday and said, I had a really bad weekend. I'm ready to make a change. So we sat down together. We figured out what he needed, and he was really uncomfortable. He was really sad. You could tell he wanted to cry. And by the end of it, because I spent time with him and I listened, and he's a friend, he was upbeat. He was happy. And he texted me today and he said, I don't know if it was a combination of your lavender oil or your lavender pills, you call them, or your, just sitting and talking. He's like, but I haven't slept this good in over a year. He said, I haven't felt this good. He's like, and today I was like, this is why I do what I do.
That's so good.
This is why, and that reminded me, because I kind of like, you lose it sometimes. You're like, why am I doing this? And that's my perseverance, because it helps him, and that, like you said, we serve others, and we keep going.
Yeah, that's so good. I love that. And, you said you were doubting whether you should even be doing this, and then you go and help somebody and you're like, yes, I should be doing this, like, it's just a good reminder. Like, and I know the goals are important, guys. You guys know, like, I want you all to hit XYZ rank, and I want you all to have financial freedom, and I want you to make the amount of money that you need to get debt free and travel, have memories with your family, and whatever that may be for you. Everyone's different. And I want all that for you guys. So please hear me. And I believe that, and I know it's possible for every single one of you. But I think the key is that it's like a mindset thing. Like, we get discouraged, depressed, frustrated about our business whenever we think we have this expectation of we need to be there. Well, I'm not there yet, so I'm going to be frustrated, discouraged, disappointed because I'm not there and I think I should be there. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean you don't have goals. It doesn't mean you work towards your goals or anything like that, because those are important. We know that. Statistics show us that goals are important, writing them down and all the things. But the thing is like, I'll just give you an example. Like, I didn't hit presidential when I wanted to. That my goal was to hit presidential one time. Didn't hit it. Pushed so dang hard. Pushed that month. Didn't hit it. And sure, I was bummed that night. I was like, well, that sucks. Yeah, didn't hit my goal. And I was really pushing hard. I worked really hard for that and didn't hit it. But the thing is like, when you don't hit your goal, you don't go and sit, like, the thoughts of like, that stinks, I wish I did that. Like, I get that. The thoughts come. Okay, next day you move on and you work towards your goal again. I think it's like the way that you train your mind to do this business, because literally it's a mindset thing. Like, the difference in people being successful or not in businesses is, seriously, if you can just master your mindset and master your emotions, I swear you'll get there if you can just do that. Because it's people's mindset and lies that they believe that cause them to quit, right? That cause them to give up. Because when I didn't hit my goal, I was, bummed for that night. Next morning, I'm like, all right, let's try again. And then I don't think I hit it for like another year, probably. I think it was a year. I don't remember the exact time frame, but I think it was like a year. But imagine if I would have just quit because I lived in my discouragement, frustration, and disappointment that I didn't hit my goal when I wanted to hit my goal. I thought I should be somewhere where I wasn't yet. Well, if I lived in my emotions, then I would never be presidential right now. Does that make sense? So you can feel your emotions for a hot second, but we have got to master our emotions. Like, we have power over our emotions. Like, I'm not going to live there. I'm going to move on and keep working towards my goal. Oh, I didn't hit my goal again. That's okay. My identity is not in my goal. I'm not a failure. So I failed. Who cares? Feel sad for a hot second and move on towards your goal. If we can just master our emotions and master our mindsets around this business, and that your identity is not in your failure or your successes, because I don't want anybody getting prideful here, including myself. But your identity and your worth is not in your failures or your successes, then it's going to be easier to persevere. It's going to be easier to remain patient as you walk this journey, because nobody's journey is going to look the same. So if we expect, well, if I did exactly what Kristen Pardue did, then I'll be successful. Maybe not. I don't know. Like, everyone's journey is just different. Like, yes, you should do the things, the skills, and teach classes and all that. But everyone's journey, for whatever reasons, I don't know, I'm not God, it just looks different than everybody else's. And we have to stop comparing. We have to stop living in our emotions. And this business will be so much easier if we could all do that. And I'm preaching to myself as well. I hope you guys know that. I'm not just telling y'all. I'm telling myself as well. Because I have moments where I get frustrated. Last day of the month, the other day, sure did. So I'm talking to myself as well. I love that you share that, Samantha. Did anybody else want to share before we wrap up? Okay. Well, I'm going to end with this. I love you guys so much. I could talk to y'all forever. So fun. But I just want to remind you guys that perseverance is nothing about good times. We would never need perseverance if business was always good. If business was high, things were easy, people are enrolling left and right, doing the business, you would never need perseverance, right? There's no need for it during the good times. It's during the difficult times or times where you're not where you think you should be that we have to master perseverance in this business and in life in general. So hard times don't mean that you quit. Hard times don't mean that you stop. Hard times don't mean that you give up. No, hard times mean that you just keep persevering and you just keep going. You choose faith every single day. You remind yourself why you started and you go find someone that you can serve that day. So that is all about perseverance. I hope you guys keep that word and that definition in your little pocket. Maybe you need to plaster it, write a note on your bathroom mirror to remind yourself of this, because I feel like it was a really timely, important message for everybody, including myself. So yeah, I have a giveaway. Let me make sure it's in my little cabinet, but I don't know how I'm going to do this. Hang on. Let's see. All right, we're going to try to remember. Sometimes we may forget, but we're going to try to do a giveaway on each call too, just to do a little fun thing for people that show up. All right, so we have an AromaTouch kit here that I'm going to give away, and I don't know. I guess I'm just going to close my eyes and put my finger on the screen and whoever it lands on, because that's the only way I know to do it right now. Okay? All right, so I'm not peeking, I promise. And the winner is, oh my gosh, Samantha won. And you shared. Way to go. Good. You deserved it.
Thank you.
That's awesome. All right. Well, you can just message me and I'll send it to you. All right. Well, I love you guys. Thanks for hopping on, and we'll see you guys in the next call. It's every Tuesday night. Every first Tuesday of the month. So the first Tuesday in March, I'll see you guys. All right. Bye, everybody.